G'day everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek Online. My name is Umwaglo, and with me once again is...
Myclomaniac. Hello, Internet.
Good day. So last time we started the rebuilt Cardassian struggle missions where we recovered an orb, but it turned out to not be our orb, it was from the Mirror Universe. So we had to go back to Mirror Bajor, and that was interesting.
I know Mirror Bajor is basically the New Jersey boardwalk.
So while we were doing all that, we discovered some kind of link between Trueway and the Dominion. So we'd better look into this and see what's going on.
Probably. So let me know when you start, since we're not in the same phase.
How can I help?
All right. So entering now.
Okay. Did it work? Okay, we're good.
Excellent.
And we can blow stuff up. You don't even have to move. It was right there. Okay, now I have to move.
You pulled them too far away.
I did.
No, it's just some attack ships.
Wusses.
Yeah.
There's more this way.
And that's just a regular Galor. Galor? Or however they're pronounced.
Either or. I imagine it's one of those things where if in the show you hear it's spoken, it's probably pronounced differently each time. Like, if you watched the last season of Arrow, which I know you did, how they would constantly switch between pronouncing Ra's al Ghul and Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, that's right.
Which I actually blame on Batman Begins, because before that, it was Ra's al Ghul. And it's apparently supposed to be Ra's al Ghul. Because of... Like... What am I trying... Like, actual linguistic pronunciation is supposed to be that. Okay.
Right, so this facility seems to be a place where they're manufacturing Ketracel White, which is certainly important to...
the Jem'Hadar's delicious wonder drug.
Yeah. I'm not even sure I would call it a wonder drug. I think it literally is just something that they're addicted to.
Yeah, they addict them to it to keep them...
Yeah, I think it actually doesn't give them any benefit.
It lets them live. And now we get to use our repelling mechanics.
Oh, wow.
Look, they put these repelling mechanics in here, and by God, they're going to use them.
I think this may actually be interesting because I have a feeling that as part of the story where you do, like the mission where you do that, like you are specifically being given the repelling gear. I mean, which is not to suggest that I think that a captain wouldn't have repelling gear easily.
Yeah, they just replicate it.
Yeah, it's not that I don't think that they'd be able to get it easily, but at the same time, it's amusing because in the actual mission where you have to do repelling during Delta Rising, they actually kind of write up that you have to go and pick it up.
Yeah, it's that kind of amusing thing where even though this takes place earlier, they introduce the mechanic before this.
Yeah.
Like, I think I was on the Romulan side where you used to be able to, you would get the shuttle, the mission that introduced shuttles after a mission where you actually had to use a shuttle.
Ah.
I think that's what it was. I know there was something like that. There was some circumstance where you would have to use a shuttle before the actual mission of, hey, here's how shuttles work.
I don't. I think I don't know if that was Romulans, because I do remember Romulans having a much better, a much more streamlined setup.
Yeah, it might have been the Klingons.
It might have been the Klingons, because I'm pretty sure the Romulans had a much better streamlined version of how you got, like, a lot of that stuff in general was just better done on the Romulan side.
Yeah, benefit of being made later.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there we go. Now they're finally arriving.
They're all cloaky bastards.
Oh, we got a Vorta over here. Oh, if you're interrupting.
Oh, he was shooting me.
Oh my, yes. I have a proposition to which I hope you shall be familiar. I serve a founder named Ross. He is one
This
of 100 founders.
Vorta seems to be a little
of these alpha founders to emerge.
not pleased with the actions of Lass, a changeling that we should be familiar with.
He has not seen fit
No, that got retconned. We don't know who he is
to
anymore.
warn that the Dominion is over,
Let's play along.
and that the Great Link is alive and well in the galaxy. Several reasons. First, even if I do not agree with him, he is a god. Betrayal is such an ugly one. I prefer to think of our arrangement as a creative solution to a difficult problem. My job is to supervise the Ketracel White production, while the Jem'Hadar, our mighty lord Lass, keeps me away from the new link. They have been raised on his deceits, and so will be utterly convinced that you are attempting to exterminate them. I believe we can fail. I do not like the word catch. It sounds so mercenary. But I'll be glad to get out of here. These Alpha Jem'Hadar...
This is the same guy from before, right?
No, I think this is actually a new guy.
It's weird because I know...
Which, I wonder.
Yeah, because the other guy, or the guy from before, assuming it's not the same one, he shows back up in the 2800.
Yeah. I wonder how they
I
handle
wonder if they
that.
just replace...
Like,
It might be the same guy, and I'm just...
I wonder if no, this is not the same guy. Like, I know that for certain. But,
I'll put up a force field. You dump the data.
yeah, I wonder how they handle that now, because like, his stuff in
We've got to stop
like in the 2800
He deletes all the
actually refers to how you deal with him during it's because it's rapier you see him.
That's right. I'm assuming they just modified the 2800 for either that or it's this guy.
I hope so. Well, we may have to look into that at some point.
Yeah.
Excellent. I shall retrieve the coordinates.
They're showing us the
Kind of an amusing...
they're showing us the icon for the next charge, but they won't let us place it until Neiman does his thing.
I don't know, I'm playing a lot of Fallout, so seeing random floating objects in the middle of the world is kind of like, eh.
right. Well, while we're doing this, actually, maybe I should talk about the news from this week.
Probably, yeah. If I'm a little slow, it's because I basically just woke up because I've been doing, I've been working overnights, and it's like starting it, so my internal clock's still all messed up.
Oh, oops.
I swear I'm not high, despite living in
I
Washington.
have the data. Take some time to decrypt.
Oof, my
I recommend
FPS just took a sudden dive.
possible.
Oops.
Well, from what I remember last time, it actually will still, like, it still end up recording okay. Yeah, so in the week, Cryptic released the dry dock system, which,
It's ship slots.
yeah,
It's a different kind of ship slots. I have no idea why they did this.
yeah, and like you look at, so if you are
We need to talk
if you are a
about
free member, you get 5 of these dry dock slots. If you are a gold or lifetime member, you get 10 of them, and you can buy more in packs of 5 up to 300 extra. So free players are 305 and gold are 310, and just like, why?
There aren't that many ships in the game, are there?
No.
Like, not even close.
Yeah, like especially since it removes customization. So like it kind of doesn't matter. I guess it's future proofing, like with the way, again, because it's removing customization and things that you've installed on it, like the amount of data they need to actually store is so tiny.
That factory might have
But it's just this, I know what what they want to do, and this is a feature, like the solution the problem they're trying to solve is something that's needed solving for so long, but this is not a good way to go about it.
Yeah, it's just kind of pointless to me.
Yeah, it's just a little frustrating because it could have actually meant something, and instead it's just this weird mechanic that is just but yeah. So they released that. They also have announced, like, and honestly, like, this is something that everyone should have expected after the summer event, that the autographed photos of Q are being discontinued for the winter event. So if anyone still has any photos left lying around, they should. Cryptic has added a
Use them.
little store to that you can use to burn them.
I have completed the decryption of the data we recovered. The new link appears to lie.
So that mission felt kind of short.
Yeah.
Or compared to the others, at least.
Transferred the code.
Anyway,
What is
we found out where they are, so now we're going to kick their butts.
we got here? Alright, well, I'm not entirely sure what that was, but
I have
part of the system. Yeah, so and the basically the store of items that you can buy with your leftover photos is exactly the same as what they offered during the summer event. So if you missed any of the items from then, you can get them now. Which actually, it turned out that there were some items that I was missed. That I still had some photos left, and I didn't have any of the older, like the items for the summer event left over. So I was able to finally buy all of those ship emoticons.
We may have a treaty with the Dominion, but that doesn't unite us. Abort us.
Yeah, it's just kind of the opposite with me, where I didn't have anything for winter.
Mm-hmm.
Nathan has decrypted the coordinates. They designate a location. Alpha Quadrant.
Also, over the weekend, Cryptic had a pretty nice charity bundle thing going on with some unique ships in it. Probably not still being run, but yeah, there were some nice things in it, and I kind of wish that I realized that that's actually what they were doing. Because when I first saw the announcement of it, I thought that they were announcing a partnership for a charity, not that they were like basically selling ships for a charity.
Yeah.
How can I help you?
Yeah, I saw it, but not spending money because PlayStation 4. Which will be here tomorrow.
Oh, congrats!
Yeah.
And
Then I can play Battlefront. You know, the other big sci-fi franchise game.
and
Also, I'm at the planet whenever you're
Yeah.
ready because we're not in the same.
yeah, I'm
phase
heading
again.
in now.
Okay.
And this other, the last new thing is Cryptic announced that they're making a update to the traits system. Mainly how like personal traits are being handled, which basically sounds like they're going to do to personal traits what they had done to like the rest of the traits, like all the what they had done to like the reputation traits and split it into space and ground. And while they're at it, they're adding a few new personal traits to sort of add a little bit more, just to like to cover a few of the holes that they had before. So, it's you know, like it's a good thing, something that they probably should have done a long time ago, because like as they kind of point out in the news article revealing it, like the way that system has always worked, the way all of their captain customization systems have always worked, is that players will focus on one feature or another and never care about the other one. And generally speaking, that's players will focus on will focus on their space stuff and then just end up going to a ground mission where they will not be very good. And so now, like that's a problem that Cryptic has always had, because I mean, like, first off, ground combat has been frequently very rough, very like not very
Not
good.
great.
But more importantly, because of the way like these have been picked up and have spread out over time, like it's always better to focus on one aspect and not try and spread your points around. So of course people are gonna like do either get all ground abilities or all space abilities.
But now you just have different slots for both.
That's right. So now you should,
As would be logical.
yeah. So now you should be overall better at both aspects of the game. Like you'll be able to. Actually, what will probably happen is that players will probably probably not be able to slot as many traits for space as they used to, but now they will have reason to slot more ground traits. So I mean, I guess that's going to kind of be like a nerf, so to speak, for a lot of players on that front.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
We'll see. They didn't
They
actually
might
say.
just have eight slots for both.
Yeah, they didn't actually say how the system's going to work out. And actually, considering like the large number of traits that they are adding as part of the system, they may actually leave it as being 8 and 8.
Yeah. So would it be disrespectful to go P?
Oh,
and
actually, no. They actually did say in the thing that both halves are still going to be the 9 trait slots.
Okay.
So it is. You will still, in fact. So if you have even some of your traits being taken up by ground stuff right now, which I think I have 1 or 2 which are, then you will be able to get even more space traits, which that's pretty nice. Yeah, so they're adding 4 new ground and 14 new space traits to go alongside with this modification.
Yeah, we get to kill the Jem'Hadar.
Yeah. So that's pretty much the news for this week so far.
Well, they kind of alluded to a new featured episode, but that's not really
yeah.
news so much as a given.
Yeah, this is the week for the next featured episode mission anyway. So
The thing that it said, like, wait for it in the next few weeks or something like that, so I don't know if it's going to be this week.
It's almost sacrilegious to have you here. I hope the viewers will understand the necessity.
I guess they have an invisible wall there or something.
I know, that's bizarre. Like, at least make a window.
Yeah.
I like how they keep naming the Jem'Hadar groups different things.
Yeah, that I noticed that for this and last mission, and that's kind of an interesting thing that they're going for.
When do we get to fight the Jem'Hadar Spartans? On the Halo.
Probably never.
Probably. That's another company.
Yeah.
You'll be messed up in like 30 years when Halo is considered one of the greatest science fiction franchises of all time. Oh, that's cool.
The
pad
Yeah.
of the Jem'Hadar, like, kind of secretly admitting maybe the gods are wrong.
Are going to be so envious when they hear about this.
This guy's gonna end up getting shot or something. I just know it.
probably.
But yeah, it'll just be weird to think like kids who grew up on Halo will look fondly back on that as like older people do on Star Trek and Star Wars. Which will still be around because those still get new things. But
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That
I'm gonna say it's a bad thing.
it's just one of those things which is like it's going to happen.
Interesting.
Oh.
Or like, there will ironically enough in like 20 years or so be a nostalgic feeling for the remake of Battlestar Galactica, which only exists because there was a nostalgic feeling for the original series. But that new one became so much more, like, I think it hit a so much wider audience, so I think it's going to be bigger.
Probably, yeah.
Which is admittedly probably fair because the original Battlestar Galactica, while I liked it, not a really great written show. Like, their entire first season, they basically ripped off every single story from Westerns. or war movies. Oh, good, we get to fight all these changelings.
That's a lot of changelings.
Given ones tends to be a pain.
That's more changelings in a group than we have ever seen.
These changelings have better fashion sense than the ones on the show that did.
Impossible. We have linked with Lost. It is true that he awoke before us. Let us summon him to answer these charges.
Of course, I like that they say like, "Yeah, we'll bring Lass out," and they're like, "Oh, yeah, he's already there." You,
It's true.
you didn't
Well,
notice?
to be fair, like, he woke up. That doesn't mean he got out of bed.
That's true.
The Great Link remains. The Dominion has a treaty with the Alpha Quadrant species.
This creature lies. You have joined with me. You know all that I know.
Then you should have no qualms about linking.
No, these solids have poisoned your minds. I will not be forced to link by them.
That's a fair argument.
Alright, well, then we'll just do what we came here to do anyway, and beat
Fight another changeling.
Lass up.
I like how they were changing to standing here while we are literally orbitally bombarding their planet.
We're not here to kill you all, promise.
I don't make that promise. That's the three-phase thing again.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we had this.
Though this time we don't. Well, no, that was at the end.
I mean, honestly, we had
Bottom up.
this come up like the last when we fought that the mirror change.
The mirror changeling.
Yeah. So, kind of to be expected.
Yeah. It's probably just because we're higher level now, but he actually doesn't seem as tough as the other one did. Or he did in the other mission, I guess, because it was the same changeling.
I mean, higher level or just like better geared.
Yeah.
I mean, like we're using
Yeah, we're using rep gear.
we're using a lot of rep gear, which is pretty good stuff. Also, like all the special powers.
Okay, yeah, we don't have to, like, scoop him into a bottle anymore.
Yeah, it looks like he's just running away.
Although it is unfortunate to resort to violence to force lost into his link, we are grateful.
Well, it has been a pleasure knowing you. I will remain here and serve the family. They have been without a Vorta and have much to learn about their
Yeah, that was.
Okay, I don't know why, but my character here on my screen has, like, green, glowing, flamey eyes. Like I'm a warlock in WoW or something like that.
It's the result of all your renegade choices.
Although you have slain our brothers, we have orders to allow you to leave the system. You are never to return. And let it be known among your
Yeah, let's.
I think we could take him.
Oh, I mean, yes, we probably could, but like, there's no reason for us to. Let's just deploy a nav beacon saying, like, yeah, let's not come back here anymore, and then just leave.
Don't enter Mordor. I can't. Oh.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where you can't interact while moving.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, Cryptic really needs to get better about indicating, like
Stop.
which like, because they have three different ways that you can interact with something. Like there are ones where if you interact, like you can just actually no, there's four now. There's ones where you can interact it's just regular. You can do it in any condition, at any speed, or whatever. There's ones where you have to stop in order to interact with them. There's ones where you can't be damaged while you're interacting with them. And then there's ones where if you start to interact with them, your shields will go down.
Advising them to avoid the Orion system. I have one final request for you.
So
Please return
they
to DS9
need
Beans.
to get better about that.
Yeah. But we solved that problem.
Yeah. So that
The new link has been dealt with.
so that is
That ends the Cardassian
that's
series.
the new Cardassian series. And so I you know what, like, I am sad at the loss of some of the missions from the Cardassian series because some of them were kind of interesting. Like, I did like... Broadly, I liked Rapier, but I think that it takes too long.
It takes too long, and also wasn't it like the 5th time we went and rescued a random ship?
I mean, like, probably, yeah, but also...
oh yeah, that's what I'm not gonna miss is the one where we have to, like, board DS9 under assault. About 5 missions where we have to board DS9 under assault again.
Yeah. That
given the second time does it a lot better.
Yeah, that one was kind of silly. I guess the problem with Rapier is that it's basically a Voyager story, and it's just like it's not even propped up as well. So, like, I guess if they had been able to do that one better, it'd be nice to see it come back. But they'll probably just tuck that one away and maybe just never look at it. I'm kind of sad at the loss of the mission with Thomas Riker. But that one will probably...
Oh, you mean Thomas Riker's kid?
Yes. So that one will probably just get tucked away. Like, they may bring that one back up because, like, just not having that character anymore is...
I think... See, what I'm betting is they kind of put that away because when they made it, they weren't thinking, hey, maybe we could get actual Star Trek voice actors as kind of a regular thing for this.
Yeah.
So I think now they just kind of wanted to shelve it and, in fact, the one with Mayor O'Brien's kid.
Yeah, with Smiley. Yeah. I was also just thinking about that one too.
Yeah, they might shelve those just in case they can get Jonathan Frakes or Colm Meaney back.
Yeah.
Which I don't think it'd be. Like, both of them still work in Hollywood. I know Jonathan Frakes does a crap ton more directorial work nowadays.
Yeah.
And Colm Meaney, I don't know if he still is, but I know he was recently on. Oh, some show that I don't watch on the network. I don't watch. Something on there was something on AMC or something on. I'm gonna look this up really quick because it's good bug me. I want to say it was Hell on Wheels, but I'm not sure.
But yeah, while Mecca's looking that up, it's like, yeah, there's a number of those episodes that I'm going to be a little sad to see gone, especially since there was an interesting little, like, a mini arc that could have been told better that did at least set up Mirror Universe stuff, and now there's actually this kind of big hole where when it comes to the Mirror Universe, and, like, they're a threat that, like, you just have to take it at face value that they're a threat if you haven't seen what they do in the shows. Which, I guess, to be fair, if you're playing, like, Cryptic is probably assuming that if you're playing Star Trek Online, you are a fan of the shows, so they don't necessarily
at least casually.
Yeah, so they feel like they probably don't necessarily need to show off, like, that
well,
stuff.
plus they're also, like, they're a threat through the queued stuff.
Yes, but that's the thing. Like, right now, there's only 3 queues where the Mirror Universe is a threat, and one of them is an event queue. Like, and the other two are this patches queues, and, like, there's no setup for them. Like, you don't see anything which tells you why they're doing this, other than, like, some ancillary information about the patch itself.
Yeah, but the thing with the Mirror Universe has always been, they're just evil.
Yeah.
Because that's how the Mirror Universe works.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not... It's goofy, but it's not the game's fault they're goofy. It's the 1960s.
Yeah, which is fair enough. And I'm hoping that some of the things that they've actually kind of mentioned when it comes to, like, some of the stuff that Cryptic has done in their external writings for season 11 so far, I'm kind of hoping that they are actually referring to the Mirror Universe having something to do with the Tholians here.
Yeah, plus I haven't watched them yet, but I know as you complete the reputation, you get little message things like you did for the previous ones.
I've actually got one on me right now that I need to read, but the first 2 that I've seen, it's interesting because they... Well... Actually, you know what? No, like, we don't even... They've done these things for other... for some of the other reputations.
Yeah, they did them for the.
They did them for the
That's how you got Neelan.
Yeah, they did them for the
That's
Romulans.
the-
They did them for the Voth. Who else did they did these for?
I think all of the reputations since the Romulans have had at least.
No,
I take
no,
it back. The
the
A472 one didn't.
yeah, and neither did the Herald.
Delta one didn't.
Yeah,
Or the Heller. Okay, so yeah. So they brought them back for those.
yeah. So
Also,
so basically, what
go.
the logs are is they're basically recovered logs of Miralita, and one of them talks about like how they got. It's basically Miralita giving logs on how she rose to power. And it basically comes down to she got approached by someone from the future of their universe, at least.
Future.
Yeah, and that's how they got the power they needed to beat up the Tholian. Not the Tholians, but the Iconians. Well, also probably the Tholians in their universe. But that's how they got the power to beat up the Iconians and take their technology.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, updating the Cult Meanie thing, it was Hell on Wheels, which is a series about like railroading during the Civil War era.
Interesting.
I guess. Like this is me glancing at a Wikipedia article. Don't take it as like an actual synopsis of the show. But it's on AMC. I always get it and Boardwalk Empire confused because I have a friend who watches both and keeps telling me, "Hey, you should watch these." I'm like, I don't watch much TV.
Yeah, neither do I these days. But anyway, that'll be it for us for this week. So from the looks of things, next week we will have a new featured episode to show off. And then after that, we still have some queued missions to get to. So, thank everyone for watching, and we'll see you all next time.
Bye, everybody.